Well, good evening, cutie quilters. Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Ellie Miriam, and I am going to do some ruler work tonight. I have been a busy gal working on this beautiful cross-stitch quilt, and tonight I'm going to do some ruler work, cross-hatching. I have something that helped me out tremendously, a stencil. Can you see these perfect lines here? That's because I used a stencil and a choco liner from Clover. This washes out with water, so since I'll be washing the quilt, there's no problem with that. Now, all I'm doing is getting my backing, my minky backing, as tight as I can. Not terribly stretchy tight, but tight enough to where there's not going to be any problems. I don't want any gathering. I don't want any puckering, fullness, so on and so forth. And I will check underneath to make sure. Looks a little droopy. I'm not liking that, so let's see if I can get that going. That looks much better. Okay, now I'm just going to roll up the back. This is a typical evening for me when I'm working on something. Just getting things rolled up. Now my hands I have arthritis in my hands, and I'm in physical therapy or occupational therapy right now. And so they're a little sore, so I'm going a little slow. I can't really grab that much. I have a hard time closing my fist. I fell a while back, and the muscles in my hand are just very tight. So I'm going to physical therapy and doing all the exercises and the warm compresses I can't take anti-inflammatories, so I'm not doing that. But I am doing my exercises, and it does hurt. It is painful, but quilting, oddly enough, is helping the work that I do. All that ripping out was really helpful. It was like exercising all day. Okay, I'm ready. Now I'm going to use my Quilter's Apothecary Mystical Ditcher, because this handle, it makes it easier for my hand. My hand's a little tired, so I've got a ruler base on here. I have a Qnique 15 Pro. So a Qnique machine, I have the Qnique ruler base. I have a ruler foot and a 1/4-inch ruler. This is a thick ruler, long arm ruler. So that helps quite a lot. Now, the cross hatching I'm doing is going to be just up to this edging, cross stitch edging. I'm not going to go past that. There is a reason for that, but so I just want to make sure that I'm in line, and indeed I am. Let's bring up the bobbin. So yeah, so what are you guys doing? I'd like to see pictures. If you can send me pictures in the comments, I'd love to see what you're doing, what you're working on. I just lock it down, and I'm going to be traveling. Lock it down. Lock it up. Lock it down. There. Okay. Now, I just adore stencils. This was the easiest thing ever. Chalk liner does wash out. The one that I use the regular one. It washes out with water, and since this is a quilt, I have no qualms about washing. Now I'm just going up to the feather. See? Let me see if you can see that. Let me bring it a little closer. Okay, let's see here. Let's bring you just a tad closer. Let's see here. Turn this off. Okay, now you can see. Let me bring a little side light on here. Make it a little easier for y'all to see. There. Okay, now, as you can see when I'm doing the lines, I may have gone over, but I'm not going to stitch over. I'm just going up to the feather. Okay, these are just guidelines. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to, oops, yeah. I'm just going to retrace over here. Okay. Very slow and methodical, right to the line that I need to be in. Okay. And I'm going to put my ruler right where I need to go. Perfect. Now, we'll just back up a little here. How does this work? There. There. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, we're going to go from here. We want to start here. So I'm going to lock it down one more time. And then I'm going to travel over. Lock it down. That makes a little knot underneath there. Now I'm going to take this line all the way up to the feather only. I'm not going to go past that, even though the chalk lines are there. Doesn't matter. They're only there as a guide. Okay, now again, I'm going to retrace the feather over here to this line. Okay. Okay. I am okay. There. Now I'm going to do these as perfect as possible because cross hatching looks absolutely stunning if it's perfect. Now this isn't marked yet. I'm going to mark it and I'm going to line it up to this. But for right now, all I'm doing is this. So let's lock it down and go to the next line, which is right here. Okay. Now I'm going to back up a little so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. You should be able to see this. Okay. You can zoom in on your phone if you need to, or tablet, whatever it is you're looking at. just up to the feather. Okay. Again, we're going to retrace the feather. So far, so good. There. Now I'm on this line. I can go this way. It is looking fabulous. Wow. So much better than freehanding it. All right. Now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go to this line. I'm just going to travel there. Locking it down. Now I'm not stitching on the feather. I'm stitching around it to give it that three-dimensional look. Look at that. Can you see how beautiful that is? It's just, there's nothing prettier than good cross-hatching. And the way to get good cross-hatching is either automation or stencils. And the stencil company has a great line of stencils. They have a plastic one for crosshatch. Comes, I think, 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch. I think this one is a 1 inch. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to look. 1 or 2 inches. It is so easy to use. All right, just up to the feather. Right there, and then right there to that point. Point to point. Beautiful. It's really stunning. See, this gives me the confidence to try a Baltimore quilt now, because the key to a Baltimore quilt, as far as I'm concerned, is cross-hatching. Proper cross-hatching just sets off a quilt block better than anything. But I'm an old-fashioned girl. Okay. Point to point. Super easy. This has been a super easy endeavor to get good, proper crosshatch. All right. This block is done. I'm so excited. It's really cool. Okay. Now I'm just gonna cut my travel threads, and I'll have to do it on the back as well, I'm sure. But when I take it off to mark it again, I can snip those threads easily. This is just fabulous. Really. I love it. I'm going to be careful not to get those knots. We want those knots in there because when you take it off the frame, the knots sink back into the quilt sandwich. It just gives it such a nice look. When this thing comes out of the wash, it's going to be unreal. All this beautiful cross hatching. I picked a larger cross hatch pattern because I like that look. I like to see the cross hatch. I like that texture. I like that depth. It's just, there we go. Yeah, that is so cool looking. Can you see this? Hold on, let me see if I can. That's gonna loosen it somewhat. Let's see if you can see this. Get some light in here. Can you see that? It's beautiful. Up against a feather. See that? Oh, isn't that fabulous? I'm so excited. This is very exciting to me. Oh, I have to do this little piece right there. Yeah. That's the telltale 3D section between small places. You can tell it really gives a nice there. Any others? I don't see anything else. Awesome sauce. Look at that. Oh, that is just too cool. I'm so excited about this. No. There. Knots in there and everything. See that? Isn't that cool? Let's see if you can see that. Isn't that just wicked cool? I'm so excited. Anyway, that's what I'm doing tonight. I hope you're having fun doing what you're doing. I'm going to do some more marking and cross-stitching, cross-hatching, and I will be back and showing you some more tomorrow. Hope you have a great quilting day, and thanks for stopping by the Closet Quilter.